Let's move on to the next iteration. By this moment, we achieved two significant milestones. The first one is technical, so like we've built the infrastructure in which we can deploy to the three most used operation system or target platforms like web, iOS and Android within a single change in automated way. Another one is personal. I spent a few days and published all of the recording to YouTube, and I'm quite happy with how it is going. Let's make benefit out of both and bring these YouTube videos to three applications that we have on Android, iOS and web. Let's close it. I don't need it anymore. In order to do this, I'm gonna have two video sessions. The first one is about to set up data fetching from YouTube. Another one is to actually render it nicely on the application. And the reason is because I'm a slow keyboard typer. So let's implement the first one. I will use the helper file for the build configuration, and I will add three external dependency to help me to achieve my target. The first one is the Ktor to work as a HTTP client to perform the network request to reach YouTube API services. Another one to parse the response, which is Kotlin Serialization. And the third one would be Kamel. This is the nice library that allows to download and cache the pictures in asynchronous way. This is what we're going to do for YouTube thumbnails. Let's update our version catalog first with some libraries, and the Kotlin serialization requires the plugin. We know the process quite nicely. If we have a plugin, we need to register it in the root Gradle file and then apply it in actual modules we want to use it, which is compose application. Then in the root files we will inject the YouTube API keys. That's a secret to access the YouTube services. Nothing new. It's going to be provided either from Gradle properties, like for this local machine, either from environment variables, like from GitHub Actions. Yeah, and now let's add all the dependencies that we talked about a few moments earlier. For Android, we're going to use the OkHttp engine. This is something that probably I forgot to mention, that the HTTP agents, they are platform specific, and Ktor offers multiple agents per each platform, and we're going to use the OkHttp for Android, Darwin for iOS, JavaScript for web targets, and CIO for all other desktop targets. Let's add them. Some shared dependency, and I'm already adding the extended pack of icons, so I don't have to search for some PNGs across the internet. Then for iOS I need this. For JVM I need CIO. For web targets I need JavaScript, and that's it. Let's create a new branch. We are doing quite heavy operation, so my 6-year-old MacBook Air is suffering a little bit, but I hope it will be just once. It will generate the new Gradle caches, index that, and then it will be faster. While it's generated, let's inject the YouTube API keys from GitHub. For that, we would need to find our Gradle command and set the environment variables. Not the version name, but this one. Then iOS, the same. This one. And for Android. I can't even open, so like I did the double click, and this is something that's happening right now, the indexing of this stuff. Okay, it's warning me, yeah, because we requested some requirements and our secret is not among those requirements. So let's add it. That's actually a nice thing. We might want to add it to the web as well. I think we need to add it for iOS. And I'm thinking of updating the README, and the reason is that YouTube videos are public. Maybe some of the viewers would like to check out the GitHub repo, and I would say that the nice README would be useful. Let's add. All right. Yes. And we need to fix one more thing, the bug that we introduced in the very first session, but only now it became painful. If you remember, I was copying the code snippet from official Cloudflare documentation on how to deploy the application. But now we are deploying from the tag, not from the main branch, which means that we need to explicitly tell that that would be our main branch to make our deployment to be considered as a production one. Cool. This one probably also worth to be added, because then we can free up a lot of space and that would be way easier for you to follow what I'm doing. So let's const val YouTube playlist ID. That's it. Let's run the web target to make sure that we didn't break anything. And we did. What? Log file was changed. There is a special command that helps us to update the log file, and it does. Let's try to launch our web application again. I think first time would be a little bit slow. Yeah, we didn't break anything. That's the expectation. Engines we don't need anymore. Let's commit Ktor Detekt, or not Detekt, Kamel and Kotlinx. Nice. Now let's go to crazy Kotlin development. Let's go to our root compose file. Give it a few seconds. Let's finish the web. Now it analyzes the code. So this is our hero section that we have. Let's add something briefly ugly that we will remove in the next session. But for now, something that would guarantee that we actually fetch in the YouTube information from via YouTube API. So we're going to have videos, and they would be mutable state of empty list of YouTube videos. I don't know what YouTube video is. Let's define it briefly in this file. Let's think. It definitely contains the URL to play. It definitely has a title and thumbnail. Yeah, maybe thumbnail is optional. I don't know. Let's do it now. YouTube, and import and import. Great. Now, after the hero session, we can add some spacer, a spacer, and the modifier would be some height as 32 dps. And now let's add our beautiful section, which will be completely unstyled. The raw videos, and yeah, that was in the playlist. And now it's going to start with 0, but we want to load them and we don't want to block the UI thread. This is what the launched effect is for. And then we will load it. I don't like this approach that embedded AI shows me, because it's static, and technically we can get my video items from different locations. First, I can get 7 URLs of the videos and embed it into the code. Bad solution, but very fast. The second one, there is RSS API. The third one, there are some individuals API that I don't even need to have a YouTube key. But we're gonna do everything in official way. So there is YouTube API Key. We're gonna to use the official YouTube API services. That's why let's do the thing. Let's create a package and call it YouTube, and everything which is about YouTube will go there. Can I do like not here, but YouTube refactor? Yes. Now in this YouTube I will add the Kotlin class file. It will be an interface, the abstraction level, YouTube videos data source, and it will have suspend functionality like fetch videos by playlist ID exactly. And for the first implementation, just to make sure that it works nicely, we're going to have the stub implementation. Yes, and the implementation would be, we would wait 2 seconds to simulate that it's a process, and then return list of 1 YouTube videos. Help, yes, and the thumbnail, no. Great, now we are going back here. Now we can talk. YouTube data source, and we're going to use the stub YouTube data source, and then YouTube data source fetch videos. What's there? Why it's stub? I don't like static. It's stub. So sometimes this this AI doesn't do what I want. I think it already should work. So first it will show 0, there are 0 videos and playlists, then it's going to wait for 2 seconds because I set the delay, and then it will switch to 1 because the stub returns the list with 1 element. Let's check. I will use the desktop target because it compiles faster than anything else, and then I can expect that it will behave on all other platforms in the same way. Oh, I'm energetic because now I'm doing more Kotlin. I like coding more than I don't know, submitting forms or registering some applications, or I have to register the test flight. Yeah, you saw there was 0 and now 1. Our logic works nicely. So now our task is to implement the YouTube API implementation. So let's create it. YouTube video data source from API. Let's from API. Now YouTube data source from API, YouTube videos data source, and we will implement something. So what do we need? And we will ask it why. We would need API key. Yeah, nice. And we would need the HTTP client. HTTP client. This is, oh no, this is one of the things that we forgot to do. And it will be a bunch of jumps, but it will be okay. So we go to platform and we say, I want to create HTTP client, and that returns HTTP client. Yes, but I'm expecting that each platform would implement this differently, and missed Android. Android HTTP client OkHttp. No, it's a wrong import. Engine, yes. Now JVM HTTP client CIO. Yes. Now iOS HTTP client Darwin. Yes. Nice. What's left? JavaScript. We don't use it, but still keep it for some reason. I don't know why, but and while we are keeping it, and we're gonna use the same for Wasm. Finally. Oh, just. And the error disappeared. We implemented for all. So now instead of stub, we are using the YouTube from API. And now the API key, we know. We injected it with build config. Yes. And HTTP, yeah, now you know what I want. Great. So let's actually inject HTTP client let's go to the documentation. It's a GET request from this URL. GET request from this URL. Of course, the idiomatic way is to do it differently, but I want to do it within fast period of time, so let's do the part. I want to snip it so everything is provided. The playlist, yes, the default 5, and I have more than 5 videos, so like I need to install this one. Parameter, this 50. Great. And that would be the response. Well, playlist response. Then playlist text would be playlist response body is text. Yeah? Let's fix the. And for now, let's make sure that we did everything correctly. Let's just print it. And also, we will do a small trick. Yeah, and for now, return empty list. Let's run. So we are not interested in the application right now. We're interested in what's going to be printed in the console. Yes, and whoa! We see, first of all, we have all the response, which means that API key was correctly installed, that we performed the API according to the documentation, and we received all of the things. So now I need to create the data classes that would reflect this response. It would be a challenging job if I start doing it by hand, but smart people, not me, some smart people, created a service where I can install, insert the response, and they will generate the classes for me. So, copy, and let's go. Let's create new Kotlin file. YouTube playlist response. Yes, yes. And then we can paste. And then the root YouTube playlist response. Let's briefly go over it. Now we have our own package and we don't use this one. I see that for thumbnails it uses the same thumbnail, so it's not that intelligent, but it saved me a lot of time. So what we did within a minute, probably I would spend a lot of time. I'm not sure if these values are mandatory, so like in my case they are, but they might not exist, so let's make them optional. And let's start parsing it. I would need the JSON engine. So, well, JSON would be, yes, and I think, yes, is linear true. Let's be more liberate. Yes. So, while playlist would be, yes, JSON, but I think we can make it better. We can make it like this. And instead of returning the playlist, we would map items, map, and now we can create indeed YouTube videos. Oh, it does the magic. Yes, maybe the max resolution. Let's do it the max. I don't know, it helps me a lot. And just in case if something bad happens, well, I don't want, no. We rather get the error and then fix it nicely. I don't want to suppress anything. So if I see here on the screen 0 that turns to 7, then I would consider that the task for the first session is done. Let's rerun. And then we did a very good job. Boom! 7! Yes! Okay, I'm happy. It's actually quite an intense and nice operation we just did. Let's format ktlint format. And create pull request and merge. And dance, because this will be available on all the platforms, baby. Add YouTube data fetching. Maybe I don't need the analyze. Why would I need to analyze? Push. What's happening? Why can't you push? Pushed. Great. Let's move to the, this is not needed anymore, this is not needed anymore, pull request. Create pull request. Add YouTube data fetching. Create pull request. While the CI is running, let's briefly go over the changed files. So, for the Android, we injected the YouTube keys into the fast lane, and then it will be promoted to the Gradle. In the iOS, we did the same. In the web, we injected here in the Gradle command, and also we fixed our production issue. We updated the README file. We injected with build config the YouTube API key. We added a lot of dependency, Kotlin Serialization, Kamel, and the Ktor. 2 out of 3 already are in action. Then we implemented the create HTTP client. I think we're going to use this method for other things, for network communication. I don't know, maybe we will have some analytics, and that would be also useful. And we created the basic reflection of our data fetching mechanism, and we implemented the actual data fetching mechanism. I think it was a great job. This one, the stub, can go away. Maybe the next session I will make it go away. Let's see if... Oh, something failed. Let's see what exactly failed. Platform Android, expected blank line for this declaration. Interesting. Let's briefly fix it. I did not expect this, so like this will make our session a little bit oh, I'm not here. Gradle view ktlint format. And now ktlint check. The same for JVM. Yeah, so something with caching. Maybe between functions I need to add the extra line, and that wasn't fixed by ktlint format for some reason. Let me add it immediately. It was such a good session, so like it's really sad that it failed. I can't call it fail, that the lint failed, but I will repeat probably this multiple times. This is live coding, mistakes happened, we can recover. Unfortunately, that will make this video a little bit longer. But still, I hope that you're enjoying and maybe learning or reflecting some experience that you have at home or at work. But I'm very happy that at least this change didn't go to the trunk branch with that unformatted code. So now the CI caught it, we fixed it, and now the whole code base would be according to the expectation. And it's really nice to actually perform all of the checks on a clean virtual machine like agent rather than locally. You see, locally there are some caches and they always play a role. Some environment setup, local variables that can make an impact, and sometimes it's not really working as you expected. That's why it's very important to build all the applications from the clean machine, to deploy all the application from the clean machine, to run all the tests for the application from the clean machine. This is why we have this automation in place. This is why I start the real crazy coding only in the session 7, run detect from API. This expression magic number, consider the name this 11. Okay, let's fix it. First, the YouTube data source from API magic number, make it max videos, and let's move it here. And another one was about this one, but we are not going to use it, so let's just even remove it, and then let's make sure that we are not breaking anything from ktlint perspective, and from detect is fixed. Yeah, you see, 5 minutes. Sad. Misha is very sad. Maybe let's even check this command that everything is great. Yeah, and my own bar of like 15-20 minutes with this session, I way beyond, and I didn't even start implementing the UI, but I'm still very happy. I'm still very happy at what we did. Because we already have some platform specific implementation. We have networking in place, we have some API nice in place, and I would personally promote my videos by having it in these applications and other way around. So it's a good change. It's a good change. Let it be a learning lesson for me. That I still need to check the, I don't know, local caches and Detekt before I think again the Git pre-hook would be one of the potential solution to improve the process. And it's green. Ktlint is green. Detekt is green. Run tests would take a few seconds, but also would be green. And then we merge. And then I will take a pause, check whether kits need to it, and maybe launch the second session about actually UI rendering. I think I would put it as the very last section, and it would be like just a horizontal scroll view with the items that look very, very similar to how YouTube renders them. I think we can pull it off. Okay. And we immediately started deploying this to all of the possible web, iOS and Android. This is what we are here for. The really nice setup. Let's take a look at our code. Beautiful.